What up, Laker Nation? It's your DTLF back with another live stream. Welcome back to Laker City, man. Got a couple of things to discuss here. Let's kick it off with, of course, the media negativity. Let's start right there. You guys know after we make this trade, the media somehow is trying to convince us that it's a bad trade. Now, I find that very hilarious because they had the Celtics penciled in as to giving up Tatum and giving up everything they had, Jaylen Brown picks, everything. They had the Celtics penciled in as a good trade, even though they were about to lose Kyrie. Yet we still have LeBron, we still have Kyle Kuzma, and we have near max money, plus Anthony Davis, and they're still trying to somehow put a negative spin on it. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of getting tired of ESPN trying to scare our fellow Laker fans and treating us like we're dumb or something, like we're clueless and like we're gonna buy the negative narrative. Look, we had a great young core. Now we still have somewhat of a core left. Kyle Kuzma's still here. People forget we still have Mortis Wagner. I really like what Alex Caruso did last year. So we still have some young core pieces. Now the difference is we have the two superstars we needed to compete. Now you at least need two. Three would be great, and I'm hoping we still get that third one. However, I'm open-minded to other options, right? We heard D'Lo is going to be a free agent. Who knows? Maybe he's returned for like 15 mil. I don't know. Maybe he takes a 1 year with a 1 year opt out, and then next year we could repay him, what we own from this year. That's a possibility. I still believe we're going to have a shot at a max free agent. If you guys noticed today, if you guys haven't already realized it, but Anthony Davis signed his first ever chip athlete deal. He signed a deal with Ruffles, so who knows how much that's worth. We don't know if he's going to pick up the option, for that trade bonus kicker, or if he's going to not pick that up. So, again, they're reporting like they know a lot of stuff. My advice to you guys is just kick back and enjoy the show because something's going to go down. We have a lot of options, like I mentioned. After this trade went down, too many options. We shouldn't worry. Look, if we don't get another max free agent, there's plenty of good free agents out there to be had. I mean, a lot. There's Bogdanovich from the Indiana Pacers. We need a shooter who can stretch the floor. He'd be perfect. We have Patrick Beverly if we're looking for tough defense to replace some of what we lost with Lonzo leaving. We have that. There's JJ Redick for three-point shooting. And there's going to be plenty of options. Now, we don't need a third superstar to compete. I still feel like we're favorites just by having LeBron and Anthony Davis with an injured Warriors team. A bunch of pretenders in the West that are getting a lot of credit from ESPN, but teams like the Houston Rockets, who, by the way, currently are in turmoil. But I find it funny how they don't make a big deal out of that like they do with the Lakers, right? But that's for another day. Bottom line is the door is wide open. Even with the current roster we have, I know we only have like 4 to 5 players, but those 4 to 5, if you just plug in some really good pieces, I'm talking, guys that can help you compete. I'm talking bring back JaVale McGee or Brook Lopez. I'm talking Trevor Ariza. I'm talking Patrick Beverly, tough-minded defensive players. I'm talking JJ Redick, Seth Curry, guys that can shoot. Terrence Ross, who can create it for himself a little bit. We'll definitely be title favorites, I believe, even if we don't land a max free agent. However, don't let the media convince you that we're out of the running for all the max free agents. I don't believe it. As we stand right now, assuming that everything the media is telling us is going to be true, right? Anthony Davis doesn't waive his trade bonus. The Lakers make this trade on July 6th when it can become official. And, we still have what we have on the roster. We're going to have $23.5 million of cap to work with. Now, that's a good amount of money, no matter what the media tells you. You can divide that up in many different ways. And I'm talking about getting 5 to 6 good rotation players. And if somebody major takes a pay cut like a DeMarcus, I'd bring him on. Some of y'all aren't sold on DeMarcus, but after what I saw he did in the finals, I think he will be a lot better next year as far as recovering. But there's a lot of crucial role players we can go to. Now, if we do get a max free agent, let's not forget that Kemba Walker went on the record and said that he would take a pay cut to compete with the Charlotte Hornets. Now, why wouldn't he take a pay cut to come and compete with the Lakers, who are obviously more competitive and the Charlotte Hornets aren't going to be able to hold up a candlestick to that. So bottom line is there's so many options that the media is not going to tell you about because for some reason, Wojnarowski and some of these other members on ESPN, including Skip Bayless, who's with Fox, they have it out for the Lakers. I mean, the hate is real, guys. If you haven't already noticed, they hated on us before we got LeBron. They said we had a slim to none chance to land him. LeBron lands. They hated on us before the Anthony Davis trade, saying that the Pelicans don't like our package offer, and we're gonna have to step it up and clean slate, basically trade everybody. They were wrong again. The Pelicans did like our offer, and we ended up keeping Kuzma. So at the end of the day, I don't buy all these reports, man. I don't know what they get out of reporting false stuff, but they probably get a kick out of it, because last I heard, Wojnarowski is a Celtics fan. It's funny how he continues to report hopeful stuff for them when Kyrie clearly doesn't want to be there. He doesn't even pick up their phone calls. When clearly their young core was overblown from the start. They weren't as good as everybody made them out to be. So I find it hilarious how teams like the Rockets that are in turmoil and teams like the Boston Celtics that basically are about to crash and burn and go down in flames are getting a pass, while the Lakers, who actually landed the superstar, are getting criticized for not waiting a certain date or for not having enough cap space for potentially to sign a max free agent. We have options. That's something that they were reporting we're not going to have this summer. Another thing they were wrong about. So look, another thing you guys are not taking into consideration if you're scared of us not having enough money is that the Lakers, there's a lot of side deals always going on. If we do, from what I've heard, if Anthony Davis is willing to waive that, trade bonus, if a max free agent agrees, that's what I've heard personally from reporters that I actually trust. If we agree to a max free agent, we're going to get to that money one way or another, whether it's $27 million plus, waiving a couple of players or including them in the deal like Bonga to create that extra cap. We'll figure it out. And remember, that's the one thing Pelinka does specialize in this numbers, because he used to be an agent. So am I concerned about that? No. However, worst case scenario, doomsday scenario is still a great scenario for the Lakers. We only have $24 million in cap space. Fine. We have our two superstars and we have our young up-and-comer in Kuzma. That's a big three right there. And then we'll divide that money up in between guys like Patrick Beverley that'll bring toughness. Guys like Trevor Ariza and shooters like, I don't know who's available. JJ Redick, Seth Curry, who's available beyond that? Terrence Ross, Wayne Ellington. We'll find pieces that are willing to take pay cuts to come and play. And on top of that, 24 million, people forget we have the veterans minimum, right? And we have the MLE. MLE is like 5 million, veterans minimum. I don't know. I'm not a numbers cruncher, but I believe it's like 2.5 million that you can spread across the league to fill out roster spots. Not to mention, we still have Alex Caruso, who balled out last year. We still have that Jones kid, right? That Jones kid that we called up from the G League. I like his hustle. He'd be perfect on this team coming off the bench, giving us some energy, minutes, and whatever he gives us on the offensive side is a plus. But his defense was really good. This is the time. Jamario Jones, thank you. Jamario Jones. I like him a lot. If we could bring him back, perfect. We have plenty of options. It's not for Laker Nation to panic. Look, guys. I made a mix about the youth, because I appreciate them. And they gave us hope while we were in the dark for those 6 years. They were the beam of light that gave us hope. So for that, I appreciate them. And they're also a major reason why we now have Anthony Davis. Don't get it twisted. I'm very happy with this trade. I truly am. And as days continue to go by, my heart is continuing to heal. I'm no longer going to miss the young core as much. But again, the Pelicans are going to get a follower in me. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to follow them and cheer for the young core, except when they play us, of course. But people forget we still have somewhat of a young core. Mo Wagner, last I checked, he didn't get a lot of playing time, but he looked good in limited minutes last season. Maybe Frank Vogel finds a crucial role for him off the bench. Maybe he starts some games during load management. We don't know. But he's a very nice young piece. We still have Kuzma, who to me was the biggest killer from the young core. People are understating the fact that we kept him. Remember, there was people out here that were tweeting and, there was reporters saying that whatever it takes. And now, as soon as we complete the trade, now it's the Pelicans with the brightest future, which I find funny because when they were with the Lakers, they said we had an overrated young core. So a lot of stuff is off about the media, and I don't appreciate it. But I'm glad we have this platform here where we could talk like adults and actually take some of their bias out of the way and actually be realistic. Now, am I saying we're going to land Kawhi Leonard? Nothing's guaranteed. It could be, look, they're reporting he's going to go to the Clippers. That's career suicide for him. He's better off staying in Toronto if that's the case. That's career suicide for Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion. He's better off staying in Toronto. But his best option is to come here. Why? People have been questioning me all week. They've been dropping messages. I didn't respond because I want to respond in this video. Why would Kawhi Leonard come and play third fiddle to LeBron James and Anthony Davis? Well, who's saying he's going to be third fiddle? For all we know, he could be the number one option, Anthony Davis number two, and LeBron could take it easy. He's old. Father Time's going to come knocking. Not just that, but LeBron only has 2, potentially 3 years left on his contract. What happens after that? That's AD and Kawhi, still the best duo in the league for years to come. Why wouldn't he set himself up perfectly for the rest of his career? He struggled. He carried the Toronto Raptors, but he did it. He already proved to the world he could do it. There's nothing left to prove. Now it's time for him to enjoy the rest of his career. Beautiful city of LA with the real LA franchise, not the fake one. And, come to the Lakers, collect championships, man. Become the Lord of the Rings. He already has 2. Imagine he gets 4 to 5 more. He's going to be up there with Jordan. That's for sure. If he does that. So bottom line is there's many reasons why he should come and little reason why he shouldn't. What are the reasons why Kawhi Leonard shouldn't join the Lakers? Okay, maybe he doesn't get the supermax that he can get with Toronto. That's a reason. However, with all the partnerships and all the endorsement deals that he's going to get from LA, he's going to make that money up and even surpass it down here. And that's the truth, whether, fans hate to hear it or love it. I got a lot of Toronto hate mail in my Twitter, because of the last video I made when I said I feel like Kawhi could come. That's okay. I'll take the heat. However, I'm telling y'all the truth. It's very possible that he comes, especially if we clear the cap. He'd be losing like $5 million a year. However, commercials, endorsement deals. Maybe LeBron could make that up, by including him in the Space Jams movie. Look, Anthony Davis came to LA. He's already got a Ruffles deal. I don't know how much that's worth, but think about it, man. It's a lot better to win in LA than Toronto, even though Toronto's pretty great. I got nothing against the city. Y'all saw the parade. It was looking epic. However, LA, man, that's where championships come. And this is where, legends retire. I mean, just look at the banners. Look at the jerseys hanging in the rafters. LeBron has joined for the same reason. People say it doesn't matter about history, but at the end of the day, players are looking at legacies and they want to be a part of something great, something special. And that's what LeBron did. That's what I believe Kawhi could do. And that's what Anthony Davis, that's the reason he wants to be here, even though the media's feeding us this poison about nobody wants to come. Nobody wants to come yet. Players want to get drafted here. Nobody wants to come yet. Patrick Beverley's out here tweeting that he could potentially be a Laker. Nobody wants to come yet. Anthony Davis forced his way to the Lakers. Nobody wants to come yet. We landed LeBron last summer. So somebody needs to start holding the media members accountable, and I think I'm going to start doing it. I blast them all the time on Twitter. I had a reporter, Haraj Markazi, saying that it was much funner to report for the Clippers and the Lakers the other time. And then when I confronted him about it, he did a 360. He said that he never said he didn't enjoy reporting for the Lakers. I told him, hey, keep that same energy because we're going to rise back to the top. History repeats itself. That very same weekend I told him that, we landed Anthony Davis. I collected my paycheck. I went over there and asked him for an explanation. He gave me one. Even though I don't buy it, I'll respect him for responding and I move on. Bottom line is a lot of people have negative energy towards LA, and there's only one reason for it. They hate us because they ain't us. We're the Lakers, the greatest franchise in sports history in the world. That's just the way I feel. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. We have the biggest fan base in the NBA. We're the winningest franchise since the post the black and white era. Obviously, when the TV was black and white, Boston was winning the most. But ever since championships truly mattered, we've been winning the most, and we have one of the highest winnings percentages, and all the legends come through here. So why wouldn't you want to join the Lakers? That's why this media narrative does not bother me. Wojnarowski can spew out all the hate he wants. He can praise the Celtics all he wants. At the end of the day, we got Anthony Davis, and they didn't. All right? And people are ridiculous for comparing Anthony Davis trade to the Brooklyn Nets Celtic trade. Because the Brooklyn Nets Celtic trade, they gave up way too much, the Nets did, to the Celtics. And at the same time, they collected 2 old guys that were on the way out. They were about to retire, and Paul Pierce and KG. So they gave up too much for old guys. However, we gave up what we gave up, and it's going to be worth it once we're raising the championship banners. Shout out to the young core. They held it down for us. They gave us hope while we were losing. But everybody knows that had to come to an end because losing is not acceptable. Either they had to develop or, we were going to trade most of them. That's what ended up happening. Everybody knew that was the risk if you're not winning. That's why I was truly cheering for them to make the playoffs last season. Maybe this trade doesn't go down, or maybe we give up less had those guys made the playoffs. We don't know. But the bottom line is we did it. It's done. I'm ready to move forward. The only reason I haven't dropped the Anthony Davis welcome to LA mix is I'm waiting for free agency. Once we collect either the other All-Star or, we assemble the full team, I want to drop a full team mix, because it's all about the name on the front of the jersey. So don't get it twisted. I dropped that mix yesterday, not because I was sad they're leaving. I was a little bit sad on trade day, but I've gotten over it. But because I respect them, I appreciate them, and it was a way of showing them love even though they're not with us. That's who we are. We're a classy fan base. We keep it 100. We're not the Boston Celtics that scream out racial slurs to their own players. We're not, the Utah Jazz fans. We're Laker fans. We're class. That's the reason I dropped the video. Anybody else, who was hating in the comment section talking about, this is the wrong mentality to have, you don't understand the point of the video. Go back and watch it again. It's a thank you video, and it's the end of one era and the beginning of a new one. So at the end of the day, guys, I'm excited. It was a bittersweet trade, but it was a good trade. I said it from day one. This trade is going to put us on top. We weren't even in the playoffs. We go from not even in the playoffs to championship contenders. Matter of fact, championship favorites. Just ask Vegas. And how often is Vegas wrong? Rarely. So I expect championships, multiples. I expect multiple championships. And I don't know if you guys seen that new commercial LeBron just dropped, but it's on my Twitter. Go ahead and check that out. Very impressive. It shows me he's motivated. He's been hearing all the hate. He's been hearing everybody doubting him because of his age. This man got his first offseason rest, and he's going to come back better than ever. And, I can't wait to see what LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kuzma, and whoever else we add to the roster does. So it's going to be exciting, guys. I'm going to head over to the comment section, though. Wanted to clear the air with you guys, let you guys know there's not much to worry about, man. We're on the way back to the top. My Twitter is at Dan the Lakers fan. Same thing as my YouTube name. So go ahead and check that out. Is it Dan? Do you think the Lakers can use a luxury tax for another All-Star? Here's the thing: we have to clear up at least $30 million. That way we could be within $1 million of a max contract. I believe, because at the end of the day, money talks. If we can do that, and I believe we will. And we're going to have a shot at anybody, including Kawhi. Whether Raptor fans hate me or not for it. I thought it was the best case scenario that Kawhi Leonard won the championship because now he has nothing to prove. He can't be villainified. If not, that fan base is going to look like the biggest haters out there. I mean, the man brings you your only championship. You're going to boo him? Nah, you got to cheer him regardless. Period. So this is a perfect time for him to leave if he wants to. If not, if he wants to retire with the Toronto Raptors, then hey, man, power to you. I can't hate on Kawhi for that. I'm not gonna sit here and be a hater. Hey, power to you, man. Good luck. Just make sure you buy a lifetime supply of jackets because it's always winter in Canada while we're enjoying the nice, beautiful, warm weather in Cali. So it's up to him. It's his decision. Whatever he feels is best for him and his family. However, I mean, if I was Kawhi, you guys know what I would do. Kawhi or Kyrie to join. I'll take either one. Of course, I'm favoring Kawhi, but I'll take either one. He said, Dan, do you think about Kawhi laughing at himself? Oh, Dan, what do you think about Kawhi laughing at himself? I think he was actually mocking everybody else who made fun of that laugh because he's saying, I'm getting the last laugh. So that's what I think. And I thought that was a boss move, man. I love Kawhi Leonard. But that love's going to have to stop if he goes to one or two teams. He's not going to go to Boston. But hypothetically speaking, if he was to go to Boston, I would dislike Kawhi Leonard. I would leave my Kawhi love at the door, and y'all can have him. Or if he goes to the Clippers, same thing. Y'all know how I feel about the Clippers and the Celtics. Either team, he's making a huge mistake. Come to the Lakers or stay in Toronto. Those are his best two options. Matter of fact, he has a third option. The Knicks wouldn't be that bad, even though I don't like James Dolan. I mean, that's a perfect team. That's a perfect platform for him to go and make his mark. So the Knicks would be my third favorite for him to go to, and I'd still root for him. So that's all I got to say about Kawhi Leonard, man. I love the kid. Look, he's humble. He's a killer, hard worker. I don't understand why Skip Bayless hates him. But matter of fact, I do understand because obviously he's a biased Spurs fan. But you got to take your biasness off. And look, he helped you win a championship. He was the Finals MVP. You wouldn't have that championship without Kawhi, Skip. So stop being that type of fan and be more humble. Sit down. He said, do you know what jersey number 80 is rocking? Actually, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into that yet. But, I mean, from what I've heard, it could be 21. I mean, that's a pretty dope number. Sources say Kawhi won't consider the Nets and Knicks. Sources say a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I don't even think Kawhi knows yet. He might have an idea of where he's going, but I think he's going to go out there and, he's going to enjoy getting wooed by all the teams. I would. If I was a free agent, even if I knew I was going to go to the Lakers, I'd go and take a meeting with everybody just so they can give me all the free gifts and they could treat me like royalty. That's 5 free dinners and steaks, man. Think about that. You have to be smart. So he's going to ride the wave while it's good, and that's what I would do too. That don't mean that he doesn't have an idea of where he's going. So he said, didn't Michael Cooper have 21? Is it? Oh, it might be. Actually, you're right. Yeah, Michael Cooper might have 21. My bad. So, I mean, that's why I don't want to speculate on a jersey number. So we'll see what happens. The Pelicans, Lil Lakers, can't wait to see them. They have purple and gold on a jersey in LA. He said, do you think getting a max free agent on 23 mil? That would be really hard to see happening. The one player I could potentially see doing a 1-and-1 to come do that is Kemba Walker, because he had mentioned how he's willing to take a pay cut to compete for titles. So potentially him, maybe he takes a 1-year deal, and the Lakers promised to give him a bigger contract than they were initially going to give him on the second year. And then they rework a future contract. I don't know. But now I don't foresee many max free agents looking at it for 23 mil. But also I don't believe we're going to only have 23. I think the very least we'll have is 27. I believe LeBron's going to step in, swoop in and say, hey, AD, bro, waive that 4 mil and I'll give you an extra 4 mil on the Space Jams, because he has a budget. Obviously he's directing it or whatever, or he's helping run it. So maybe he could say, I'll give you that 4 mil on the back end. Don't even trip. They're celebrities, man. They can do stuff like that. Dan, can you ever do a meet and greet? Sure, man. Probably. I'll tell you what. I don't have a set date. I'm always busy, man. But I'll tell you what. If we get to, let's say, 25K, I'll probably do a meet and greet. That'd be cool. But right now, I just don't know too many people that would like to meet up with me and say what's up. Just being humble. But I've met a couple of you guys, and that's pretty cool. I always appreciate you guys, man. All the love you guys show the channel. You guys are the reason it's booming. So thank you guys for reals. He said, DTLF, what kind of role do you see for Bonga if the Lakers keep him? Well, this is a championship contending team. Therefore, I don't see a huge role for him. He's still very raw. Unless he makes huge leaps in summer league, then I don't see a huge role for him personally. But I mean, I hope he breaks out. That'd be great. Then people wouldn't feel so bad about getting rid of all these young core pieces, Good question, though. He said, the Lakers hate is real. Screw the Laker haters, Laker Nation 2020 champs. That's right, bro. Absolutely. We got to stick together, man. But you know what? We've always been brushing it off. They've been hating on us before we had 2 superstars, and they're definitely going to hate us, especially if we get 3. So it's all good. It's all gravy. Dan, you famous. I respect humility, though, LOL. Oh, man. You know what? I'm just one of you guys, man. I'm just a diehard fan who has a lot of passion, and luckily I have this platform to be able to share that passion with you guys. But thank you, man. I appreciate it, Kevin. And you too, man. You're probably one of the top comment section people that I've been knowing for a while. So I always appreciate your paragraphs of comments, man. I always dissect them with me, sometimes with my nephew. And you got a lot of knowledge, bro. You got a lot of knowledge. Would you rather get that max free agent or depth? I'm good either way, because I feel like even if we get the max free agent, other guys will take pay cuts, so we'll still have depth at the end of the day, although you do have to get more creative. So do my coworkers talk Lakers with me? Oh, you know it, man. I'm a Laker fan 24/7. So as soon as I leave my house, at Stater Brothers, I talk Lakers with Laker fans over there. They all know me. They watch my channel. I talk Lakers with my neighbors who are Laker fans. I talk Lakers at work, definitely, man. And I got a lot of haters at work. You know what's funny? Let me tell you a little story, man, since you asked me that question. There was this one guy who was a diehard Golden State Warrior fan at work. And I told him, man, you guys are not going to win the championship. I told him earlier in the year. And he said, man, you can't even talk. You're a Laker fan. I told him, what do you mean? I told him, we have a bright future. We have a young core. And at worst, if we trade the young core, we're going to get a superstar. I pretty much predicted what happened, right? And this guy was always like talking down on me, thinking he knows more. Well, I told him Toronto was going to knock off Golden State. When that happened, I just shrugged my shoulder like Mike. and he couldn't say nothing to me. And when we landed Anthony Davis, I just gave him a look. He walked up to me, shook my hand, he said, "Congratulations." That was the most respect I've ever had from that guy. And I was like, wow, it feels good to be back on top again. That's how I knew that Laker Nation was going to start getting a little bit of respect more than we, than in the past. But we deserve a lot more of that respect because, yeah, we're spoiled, and we're used to greatness, but we're very educated, and we love our Lakers, man. We've been riding with them. We've been riding with them through the thick and the thin. And everybody that knows me, in real life, they know that I've been a Laker fan for 20 plus years. And I'm always rocking my Laker colors, man. I'm always out there in public representing. And that's what I love about Laker Nation. And that's how you identify. Look, when I'm rocking my Laker colors, I always get people come up to me and talk Lakers to me. I love that, man. It's like we're one big family, and I wouldn't want to have it any other way. But yeah, moral of the story is don't disrespect a great franchise like the Lakers, even when they're down, because history repeats itself. And I'm always going to remember you. If you did disrespect us, don't climb on to the bandwagon, man, because we ain't having it. So, everybody that I know in real life that's been rocking with me, that been Laker fans, salute to you and all you guys as well, man, because we're going to deserve these championships that are coming. And they're coming. They're coming. I told my brother as well, when we traded for Pau Gasol, I told him championships were coming. And I was right. I feel the same way right now. We traded for Anthony Davis. We're like literally a couple of role players away. Once we do that, I guarantee it, championships are coming, man. They're coming, and we deserve it. Laker Nation deserves it. We've been disrespected. We've been disrespected by everybody, including, poverty franchises like Clippers. They're a poverty franchise, and they think just because they hung up a couple of flags, a couple of banners here and there, they took some HD quality pictures, they think they're champions. They think they run LA. Look at Clipper Darrell looking like an idiot, running around Staples Center talking about this is their city. Clipper Darrell is a joke. I'm sorry. I used to respect him because of his loyalty, but ever since he started disrespecting my Lakers, he's a joke, man. He's a clown. That's why he wears that clown suit, that red and blue clown. And Clipper fans, they're not on the same level as us. We shouldn't even talk to them, honestly, because they're not on the same level. Every time they come at you and disrespect you, just block them. That's what I do now on Twitter. I don't got time to be wasting time. My time is too valuable and should only be focused on Laker positive talk, not on negative Clipper. I wish I was you. I live in your shadow talk. That's how they are, and they're always going to be there. But it's all good. We stay shining. We've been shining. Even when we struggle, we outshine them. We got more media time. Even when we were struggling, the only way the Clippers got mentioned was when they were hating on us. So I will make this one point though about the Clippers. Y'all know how I feel about Patrick Beverley. Y'all know I feel like he's a bum. He's trash. All of that. Offensively, he is trash. Defensively, he's good. So if Patrick Beverley was to join the Lakers, I'm willing to waive all my animosity. If you come and battle for my side, if you come and battle on our squad, all is forgiven. Just like with LeBron, all is forgiven. So that's all I want to say about Patrick Beverley. People that have been asking me about Pat, would I accept him? Of course, he's a dog on the defensive end. Would I not? Why would I not want that? Especially when we lost Lonzo Ball, right? Absolutely, it makes perfect sense. Even if he doesn't come, well, I dislike you because I feel like he's a douchebag. But in all honesty, he's probably the type of player that he plays for your team, you'll love him. Plays against you, you'll hate him because you feel like he's dirty and all that. So my stance is still the same with Patrick Beverley, unless he comes to the Lakers. It's the only thing I respect about the Clippers is their coach. I agree with that. And Jerry West. Those are the two things. Jerry West and their coach. Oh, and Lou Williams. You got to respect Lou Williams. He's been doing it for the longest. He's not really a Clipper at heart. I mean, this guy's been a journeyman. I don't think any one franchise could claim Lou Williams. So he said, "Are you mad y'all lost Lonzo?" I'm not mad. I was a little sad when the trade happened because I love our young core. Even Josh Hart, I don't think he got the respect he deserved because he went through an injury-type season. But, I'll tell you, the Pelicans got a bunch of good young talent, and they're going to be fun to watch. Like I said, instantly they become my third favorite team because I feel like y'all the Lakers when we were struggling now. Y'all literally got all the players that we had when we were struggling. Y'all got Lonzo, y'all got Brandon Ingram, y'all had Julius. It looks like he's going to opt out and go elsewhere. Y'all got Josh Hart and Zion. That's going to be fun to watch. And from what I've heard, rumor has it that the Pelicans are looking to flip that number 4 pick for the 8th and 10th. I think that would be a great move because there's a lot of good players to be had, like Bobo, that you could probably get at 10. At 8, you could probably get somebody else like Cam Reddish if he slips. So that would be a great trade for the Pelicans. I think David Griffin's done a great job with you guys, and I think it's gonna be a blast to watch the Pelicans. Who's my second favorite team? Again, my only favorite team is the Lakers, but the other team I kind of root for is the Knicks because their fan base is very loyal. Yeah, they could be loud mouths at times. They could talk smack and all that, but that doesn't faze me. I got friends that are from New York, and they're passionate New York Knicks fans that stick by that team, even when they're wearing the brown paper bags over their faces. They're embarrassed of what they're trotting out there on the court. Even then, you got to respect them because their passion is there, and that's something I can relate to with them. They're not like the Clipper fans or Warrior fans who once their team starts struggling, they leave. Or like even like Boston fans who would chant MVP for Kobe, even though when a player performs well, they root for him in Madison Square Garden. But to me, that's not a bandwagon thing. That's more of a respect factor. So you gotta love it. The Pelicans are going to be more fun to watch than the Lakers. I disagree. Because at the end of the day, the way I define fun is winning. And to me, I'll have a blast watching the Lakers win championships. The Pelicans aren't going to win a championship anytime soon. Could that be in the distant future? If all the players develop, if the young core turns to become what I believe they were going to become, Lonzo, multi-talented, multi-time all-star, and then Brandon Ingram becomes a top 10 player like I predicted he would be if he stays healthy, then they're definitely going to be title contenders in the future, especially if Zion pans out. But that'll be years down because one thing you have to realize is that young teams never win championships, ever win championships. You got to have some great veterans. You have to have some all-star veterans, and you have to have a mixture of experience on the roster. And that's why the Raptors won. Look at all the experience they had on the roster. They knew how to act, during tough times, and young players don't. Young players get rattled under pressure, and the playoffs are immense pressure. Every shot just counts times 2, because it's so hard to get those shots off. This is a funny question. Gory Sanders, is Wagner a racist? Look, I saw what he posted on Twitter or what he retweeted. I'm not going to repeat it on this channel. I don't agree with what he retweeted, but it's his opinion. Now, it's crazy to think he's a racist. He obviously has been around African Americans and around, all kinds of multicultures, even in college. Obviously, he's not a racist. However, I didn't like his retweet, and I think he was wrong. Now, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I don't really get into politics. I still like Mo Wagner, and I hope he takes a step up because we're going to need everybody we could take. So he said Showtime is back in full effect. Absolutely. And once we round out this roster, I believe we're going to get some good pieces to accompany this core of talent that we have. And I can't wait to see what the finished product is looking like. I'm hoping for guys like Terrence Ross. If we can get the end, I'll tell you what. Here's a hot take. Some of you are not gonna, some of you guys are not gonna agree with it or whatever, but I'm cool. If we can get D'Angelo back for about $15 million, right? And I'd rather get him than Kemba Walker for that price because Kemba's gonna be 30. If you can get D'Angelo for half the price, I'll take D'Lo because he provides what we're gonna need. We're gonna need shooting. He's become a great floor spacer. We're gonna need somebody that can handle the ball to take pressure off of LeBron. He could do that. And somebody who could pass. He could do all of the above. His defense isn't that great, but that's why you sign a backup point guard like Patrick Beverley. All right? Because if he's playing horrible, then you could just sub him out. Boom. Right? So that's all I got to say about that. If we can get somebody like D'Lo for half the price of Kemba Walker, he has more length than him. He's not as flashy as him, but shooting-wise, he's lethal. I would do that. Now, people saying already that D'Lo won't take $15 million. How do you know? Are you his agent? Like I said, there's always endorsement opportunities down here. He knows it. If he feels unwanted by the rest of the league, why not come back to LA? They would embrace you here, and you would compete for championships. But I'm not expecting him to come. I'm just saying that would be a great scenario, and we'd still have like a cool $9 million to work with, plus the MLE and veterans minimum. So that would be crazy if that happens. He said Patrick Beverley, Seth Curry, Damari Carroll, Dwayne Desmond, Markieff Morris, and Thaddeus Young. We're not going to be able to afford all those, but maybe about half of your list. I agree. That would be great. Can Wagner play a stretch 5 in place of Lopez type player? We don't know what he's capable of yet because we haven't seen him in the NBA. We saw him in college. In college, he was a good stretch five at times. But in the NBA, we don't know. We didn't see enough of a sample size from him, but I do like what I saw in the small amount of time that I saw Mo Wagner play. I think he can be a really good young player, maybe a very good bench player. But is he going to be a stretch five for us? I just don't know. I got to see more of him, and I hope he can. That would be great. Dan, what about both Lopez brothers? I mean, look, we already gave a shot at Brook. I don't know if he would give us another shot. Magic ain't there no more, so maybe, no love lost. Maybe he comes back. I don't know. But I would like Brook Lopez if we miss out on JaVale. I really like JaVale as well. JaVale McGee played great except when he got injured. And I think him and Anthony Davis would be a nightmare for opposing front courts. Nobody's going to want to drive down the lane because you got Anthony Davis on one side of the paint and the other one's going to have JaVale McGee. And plus, Anthony Davis can play some stretch four. So, the paint is not going to be always clogged, even if you have both of them out there. So, I don't mind. And JaVale can hit wide open mid-range shots at times as well. So I don't think it's going to be that clogged. But, of course, if you can get Brook Lopez, I think that's a perfect fit. AD could start at center. Here's another little scenario for you guys. You might not like it, but what if we bring back D'Lo and Julius Randle to go with Anthony Davis, Kuzma, and LeBron as our starting five? And then off the bench, we sign somebody like Patrick Beverley and use the mid-level exception and veterans minimum to get a couple of guys, maybe some shooters like, I don't know, anybody, fillers. But that would be crazy because Julius Randle played great with Anthony Davis last year, averaging 21 points per game. He showed that he could stretch the floor, and he actually played some pretty solid defense from time to time. So that would be crazy. I was thinking about this overnight. I said, what if the Lakers take that, $27 million that I believe we're going to have and split it between like three good rotation players, and the rest are veterans minimum. And two of those could be D'Angelo Russell and Julius Randle. That would be insane because I'm telling you right now, D'Angelo could shoot. D'Angelo showed in the playoffs he's a hooper. So, and he has a good relationship with LeBron, so I don't discount that. Do I expect it? Absolutely not. I don't expect anything. I'm just keeping my mind open. If we got D'Angelo and Julius back, I think that's a guaranteed, probably 2 to 3 peat, because Russell has become a better player. He's become more mature in Brooklyn, and I think he's going to be an elite guard for years to come. I really do. He reminds me of like a poor man's Brandon Roy. Not the athleticism, none of that. I'm talking about the jump shot, the ability to take big-time shots and make big-time shots and to play make. A poor man's Brandon Roy. So if he could be that for us, I'd be happy. Julius, he's a dog. Him and Anthony Davis, they ate down low last year. If both of them are willing to take let's say we give each D'Angelo and Julius 12.5 mil apiece, then we do that. At least. And what you could do also, what people aren't really taking into account, and this is where Pelinka's numbers crunching comes in handy, is that you could say, hey, D'Angelo Russell will give you 12.5 million with a 1-year player opt-out, and next year we can go over the cap to give you, 20+ million. Same thing with Randall. If they earn it, right? They can opt out after a year, and we can do the back pay. There's always options, guys. So people are saying, there's no way that'll happen. But look, from what I heard, Brooklyn doesn't want D'Angelo. From what I heard, the Phoenix Suns don't really want D'Angelo. So if you feel slighted, what better place to prove yourself than on a championship contending team? And maybe this could be the bridge to him getting a max contract in the future. So you see what I'm saying? Like, we can't be closed-minded as fans. It'll be interesting to see what happens, though. These aren't predictions. It's too early to make predictions. We don't even know how much cap flexibility we're going to have as of right now. It could be from 32 all the way down to 24 potentially. But either way, we're going to make it work, so I'm not really concerned. How you guys feeling about my concept? I'm curious. I'm curious if you guys like my concept of D'Angelo Russell and Julius back with potentially a third piece, splitting the money between them three and then everybody else on veterans minimum deals. Another thing that would do is it would give us a brand new young core to mix up with these veterans like LeBron and AD. It will give us another young core. I mean, D'Angelo and Julius are still in their low 20s, and they would go with Kuz perfectly and Mo Wagner. I mean, it really wouldn't hurt to have lost the young core if we do that. That's all I'm saying. So here's how we're going to do it. If you guys agree with potentially signing D'Lo and Julius, then drop a like. If you disagree, and even at the cost of my video, drop a dislike. I'm cool with that. I just want to see what the ratio is. It worked perfectly last time. We got a huge ratio that was in favor of the trade. So if you guys are in favor of D'Lo and Julius returning to the Lakers, drop a like on this video. And if you're against it, drop a dislike. I'm totally cool with it just for the video. All right. Other than that, don't dislike the video. But he said D'Lo has a great game. He said the market for D'Lo is higher. It is. But remember, endorsements, all right, that can make it for a lot of money. And it's an opportunity to go further in your career and to learn and get better. And eventually you get that max contract. It could be as soon as next year. So you go ahead and drop a thumbs up if you guys like my concept. Christmas says, I want Danny Green, Seth, and Bullock. I'm sorry, are those the three you want for that 24 mil? Because I believe you can get those for about 10 if you play your cards right. If you have the right people recruiting, you can probably get those for about a maximum 12 to 15. But I think those are the type of players you got to underpay. I wouldn't underpay for those. For Julius and D'Lo, I pay the like close to the right price. But for those type of players, I like them. But would I give up the whole cap? Not necessarily. He said, what's up with KCP? I have no idea. Again, I have no idea. I think it's going to depend on the cap that we're going to have. Let's see if it's 24 or 32. That'll make a huge difference. If it's 32, I have no doubt in my mind we're going to get a max free agent. But if it's 24, then we might have to split it up a little bit. Unless Kemba says, hey, I'm willing to leave like $7 million if you guys pay me, like a 1-year deal, and they back pay him next year. That could happen. So we'll see, though. Again, we have all these options. It's good to have options. Because I remember there was a time when we didn't have a direction. We didn't have an identity. Everybody was like, trade everybody. They're all trash. Back when we had Julius, Clarkson, and Russell. And we just wanted one all-star. Now we got 2 superstars and up-and-coming young player like Kuz, plus a bunch of cap space. So that's all I'm going to say. Like we have options, and it's good to be a Laker fan. It's always good to be a Laker fan, but especially when we're back on top. T said, at least we have a few options to choose from. Absolutely. And we have to stay positive. Don't let Woj get you guys down and ruin your day. Don't over worry. We got Anthony Davis, man. We got the unibrow. We might have to shave that unibrow, though, because he's still repping the Pelicans up there. But, at the end of the day, we got the unibrow, man. I'm hyped, and I can't wait to see with him and LeBron, 2 dominant forces. Nobody wants to see us in a 7-game series. And, again, people are definitely underrating my boy Kuz. Because Kuz, to me, Kuz, with all the attention that Anthony Davis and LeBron are going to draw, he's going to get some wide open shots. I wouldn't be shocked if he averages 21 points per game. And then what are people going to say? People are definitely going to say we won the trade, right? If we get 3 guys averaging 20-plus points per game, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, guys. And Kuzma's not far from it. It's not far-fetched. He averaged 18 point something. So that's all I'm saying, guys. Just keep it positive. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. I definitely have a video coming up for a mix for Anthony Davis. Don't get it twisted. Don't think it's because I'm attached to the young core or whatever. But I definitely have a video coming up for Anthony Davis. As soon as we round out the rest of the roster, I'm going to drop it. It's going to be some heat. So stay tuned for that. If you already haven't checked the young core mix, go ahead and check that out, man. Salute to them. We appreciate them. She said, get that DTLF flag ready. Wave at the parade. Oh, man, I can't wait for the parade, man. We're going to party so hard, guys. We're going to party hard like in the 90s. I can't wait. So it'll be a blast. Enjoy it, guys. We're already winning the summer. No matter what Lord Janowski, Chris Broussard, or anybody who's hating on the Lakers, no matter what they say, we've already won the summer. We landed our megastar to go with our megastar, and we kept the young core piece and flexibility. So don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't buy the hype. Don't buy all the extra negativity. Stay positive. And again, I'll be covering the draft on Thursday, so keep it locked right here. If you already haven't, please subscribe. But that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. And like I said, if you guys like my idea of D'Lo and Julius coming back, leave it in the comment section. If you don't, I'm cool with that. Difference of opinion. But all it is we have options. So enjoy the rest of your week, guys. I'll see you guys Thursday for the first round of the draft, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.